Welcome back to the War Chest. Now y'all gotta forgive me because I didn't give the salamanders the proper introduction. So I'm gonna fix that right now. These are the Astartes and the Primarchs. Once again, I told you that the Emperor had 20 sons. One of them is jet fucking black. And all his Astartes, which is his legion, is jet fucking black with red eyes. All of them. Now, out of all the Emperor's sons, because the Emperor gave each one of his sons a gift that he had because he's the God Emperor. So the Emperor is also a perpetual. Perpetual means you can't be killed no matter what they try. You can't be killed. For some reason, out of his 20 sons, that he gave the jet black one the powers of a perpetual. All the other Primarchs, they all white, and then there's one Genghis Khan one, but they all white. Every last one of them can be killed. But Vulcan, he can't be killed. They strapped his ass to a star cruiser, you heard me, and blasted his ass, and he still came back. They chopped him to pieces. They cut him. They burnt him. They stabbed. They did everything, and he kept coming back every single time. And that's what frustrated all of them. Was like, it really fucked with what's his name? Damn, what's his name? One of the Primarchs, I can't believe that. I can't even believe I forgot his name. But anyway, it was one of his brothers that captured him. And he was so mad, like, why did Father give you this ability? Because out of all 20 Primarchs, Vulcan is the only one that got that perpetual, which means he can't be killed. So let me give y'all the proper introduction to the salamanders.
They descend from the heavens onto the bleakest battlefields to vanquish humanity's enemies in its most crucial hours. Shining in their war attire, they serve as magnificent reminders to the Imperium's followers that assurance against darkness is guaranteed. Within the Space Marine chapters, one stands out, dedicated to protecting the vulnerable and exemplifying the Emperor's mercy, the 18th Legion, recognized as the Salamanders. Initially designated as the 18th Legion, the origins of what would later develop into the Salamanders are largely obscured by mystery. To protect the newborn Space Marines from potential dangers and clandestine operations, the origins and objectives of several early Legion gene seats are classified. The exact reasoning behind this strategy remained a well-kept secret, divulged only to the Emperor and a handful of his aides. At a certain juncture in its history, the Legion adopted the moniker Dragon Warriors, a name seldom spoken or acknowledged by the majority. Gaining recognition from their early participation in the assault of the Tempest Galleries in the Unification Wars, the Dragon Warriors achieved a remarkable victory against formidable odds. Despite enduring significant casualties, they established a reputation as seasoned and honorable warriors, marked by the blood of their sacrifices. Rarely deployed as a cohesive legion, the 18th often found itself fragmented into smaller battalions, reinforcing battle groups scattered throughout the Imperium. Their missions frequently thrust them into crucial confrontations with Space Hulks or Xenos raiding parties disrupting the rear lines of advancing Crusade forces. The Dragon Warriors boldly faced the most hazardous and deadly war zones, gaining acclaim for their role as saviors. However, the toll of their conflicts prevented the Legion from fully restoring its original strength, in contrast to the standards set by other legions. The Legion's survival and continuity became uncertain during its fourth decade of service, only to be resolved with the return of their Primarch, Vulcan. As an infant, the Primarch Vulcan arrived on the planet Nocturne during the time of trials, and was taken in by the blacksmith Nabal. Named after the first king of the Salamanders, Vulcan grew rapidly, surpassing the strength and size of everyone in the town within 3 Terran years. Despite his imposing physical stature, he demonstrated a sharp intellect and outstanding blacksmithing abilities. Vulcan went on to share his advanced forging techniques with the local people, leaving a lasting impression on the community with his remarkable skills and influence. The people of Nocturne were constantly raided by the Dark Eldar, and it was so frequent that they would have designated hiding places to avoid capture. However, upon the arrival of Vulcan, he rallied the townspeople to pitch a defense against the raiders. The 4-year-old Vulcan alone killed 100 Eldar that day. In celebration of the Primarch's victory against the Eldar raiders, a tournament ensued. Unexpectedly, an unfamiliar participant joined the festivities. Spanning 8 days, contests of intellect, strength, craftsmanship, and endurance unfolded. Strikingly, the stranger displayed abilities mirroring Vulcan's in every facet. To the astonishment of the spectators, Vulcan humbly knelt before the mysterious contender. To their further amazement, the stranger shed his deceptive appearance, revealing himself as the Holy Emperor of mankind. In this poignant moment, joyfully, the Primarch and the Emperor were reunited. Vulcan would be distanced from his legion for a long period of time. Under the personal tutelage of the Emperor, the Primarch of the 18th Legion would absorb the profound wisdom of the ruler of mankind. However, in the hour of his legion's greatest need, he would return to them. In the Taurus cluster, a group of planets harbored a formidable orc horde, consisting of millions. The 18th Legion, led by their chapter master, confronted this overwhelming force. Despite facing daunting odds, their mission was to evacuate the civilian populations, a challenging task that, unfortunately, resulted in significant losses due to their compassionate efforts. Refusing to remain passive while his sons awaited destruction, Vulcan made the decision to actively participate in the battle alongside recruits from his home planet of Nocturne. Taking charge and inspiring the surviving dragon warriors, he led a counterattack to eliminate the orc threat.
Are you having trouble trying to keep up with your professor? You've got to try Otter. Here's how it works. Let's say I'm in class.
Bro.
I just hit record, and as you can see, everything I'm saying is turning into a transcript as I talk in real time. Because Otter is transcribing everything,
After the conflict,
I normally record on my premium channel. I didn't even realize I wasn't recording on my premium channel. God damn it.
the 2 divisions of his legion came together, and Vulcan revealed himself to his sons. Despite the dragon warriors kneeling in reverence, Vulcan encouraged them to stand beside him.
Hold on, I think that commercial threw us off a little bit. Just go back a little bit. Alright, right here.
Taking charge and inspiring the surviving dragon warriors, he led a counterattack to eliminate the orc threat. After the conflict, the 2 divisions of his legion came together, and Vulcan revealed himself to his sons. Despite the dragon warriors kneeling in reverence, Vulcan encouraged them to stand beside him, urging them to rise and join him in solidarity. Vulcan opted to bow before his legion, honoring the sacrifices made to protect the escaping innocent civilians. The 18th, no longer known as Dragon Warriors, would embrace a new identity, the Salamanders. Originating from various enclaves in Nocturne, the Salamanders deployed numerous companies during the Great Crusade. Despite consistently ranking as the smallest among the Space Marine legions, the Salamanders compensated for their numerical disadvantage by introducing innovative battle doctrines and strategic methodologies. Under Vulcan's guidance, they embraced a philosophy centered on self-sufficiency and autonomy, allowing each company to cultivate unique traditions within their respective units. Yet, with the advent of a new era for the Salamanders, it also signaled the beginning of a more ominous future, defined by the emergence of betrayal and heresy. Commanded upon to face the traitor Primarch, Horus Lupercal, the Salamanders united with the Iron Hands and Raven Guard legions. Together, their objective was to suppress the growing rebellion among the traitor Space Marine chapters and their Primarchs. Deployed as the vanguard assigned to pacify the insurgent 4 traitor legions, namely the Death Guard, World Eaters, Emperor's Children, and Sons of Horus, the Loyalists sought to quash the rebellion using the collective strength.
Alright, just in case nobody's understanding, what's happening right now is there's a rebellion between the Primarchs. So the Emperor sent in Vulcan and a couple of other legions to put down the Quail. Only to find out something.
Of 7 legions. The expected arrival of reinforcements from the Iron Warriors, Night Lords, Word Bearers, and Alpha Legion was on the horizon. Nevertheless, a treacherous turn of events awaited the Loyalist legions during the drop site massacre of Istvan V, where betrayal unfolded among their supposed allies. As the Salamanders witnessed the loss of their Primarch and endured the crushing weight of the traitors, they found themselves shattered into fragments of their recently restored splendor. The Salamanders, along with its fellow fractured legions, retreated from the devastating massacre. Leading the dispersed forces of his legion to safety, First Captain Artellus Numion guided the remnants of the Salamanders through the tumultuous aftermath. Taking sanctuary on the ultramarine world of Macraga, the Salamanders bore the weight of their defeat and the absence of their Primarch, as the galaxy confronted a deepening schism. In reaction, Imperium Secundus arose, spearheaded by Robute Guilliman, the Primarch of the Ultramarines, and Ultramar became the newly fortified stronghold in the event of the Imperium, yielding to the traitors' onslaught. Nevertheless, amid their darkest hours, the Salamanders found a ray of hope with the reappearance of their Primarch, Vulcan. Vulcan's reunion with his legion bore both a blessing and a curse. With his mind and body in ruins, the burden of ensuring the legion's survival fell upon Artellus Numion. He undertook the responsibility of guiding the legion on a path of redemption. Setting forth on a pilgrimage to their homeworld, Nocturne, Numion willingly laid down his own life to resurrect his Primarch and rekindle the zeal within the legion. In return, Vulcan journeyed to Holy Terra to bolster its defense, leaving his Salamanders to independently fulfill their duty in protecting the Imperium. Forging partnerships with their battle-tested counterparts from the Iron Hands and Raven Guard, the Salamanders embraced guerrilla tactics, conducting targeted strikes against the traitor forces throughout the duration of the Horus Heresy. As the 41st millennium unfolded, they welcomed the Primaris Space Marines into their ranks, enabling the expansion of their forces with the creation of new chapters. In spite of their limited numbers, the Salamanders are deeply associated with the Legion's reputation as unwavering guardians against the powers of chaos. Their compassion for humanity and resolute dedication to the Emperor's will have earned them renown across the Imperium. Within the Salamanders chapter, there is a steadfast belief that their Primarch will reunite with them one day. This eagerly awaited moment is foreseen to transpire upon the retrieval of all the artifacts of Vulcan, marking the beginning of their resurgence. The Salamander's gene seed possesses a distinctive characteristic, setting it apart from that of many other founding legions. Much like the gene seeds of the Alpha Legion and Space Wolves, the Salamander's gene seed was meticulously fashioned by the Emperor for a specific purpose. The exact intent behind its creation has faded with the passage of time, with only the Emperor likely retaining knowledge of its design. Notably, the Salamanders demonstrate delayed reaction times in contrast to other legions, a trait directly linked to their gene seed. Nevertheless, some propose that this phenomenon could be influenced by the elevated gravity conditions or psycho-conditioning on the chapter's home planet. Interestingly, this trait tends to disappear when a member of the Salamanders is outfitted with power armor. Due to their home world of Nocturne, the radiation that bathes the landscape has bestowed upon the Legion an unmistakable aesthetic, jet-black skin and piercing red, burning eyes that radiate an otherworldly aura. Beyond being a mere surface-level characteristic, this unique appearance serves a strategic purpose during deployments in rebellious regions. The Legion's imposing visage instills fear among the populace, ensuring compliance without the need for overt force. Yet beneath this intimidating exterior, the Salamanders of Nocturne harbor extraordinary genetic traits resulting from their bespoke gene crafting. One such manifestation is the awe-inspiring Fire Sight, a remarkable ability that allows the Sons of Vulcan to precisely perceive infrared emissions. This uncanny skill eliminates the necessity for cumbersome helmet visors, providing them with a tactical advantage on the battlefield. With this heightened perception, the Salamanders seamlessly integrate thermic materials into their armor and vehicles. This innovation facilitates stealthy midnight raids and skirmishes, allowing them to navigate the shadows with unrivaled precision. The 18th Legion stands as a testament to the unique bonds forged in tradition and lineage. Much akin to their contemporaries, the esteemed Space Wolves and the venerable Blood...
Man, I didn't know it was going for 15 damn minutes. Alright, I'll come back with chapter 2 after this one, man. I didn't know the shit was going 15 minutes. No one wants to sit down no goddamn 15 minutes. But it's some good shit, though. This is for your headphones when you're at work, when you just chilling. Just something to listen to. You did?